Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello, guys. Can you just introduce yourselves for me?
my name is Doris Prime. I'm from the clan We Fight Together. We are a Dutch clan which also allow English people to play with us. We play squad and post-scriptum and are in the King's German Legion together with IR9. Head to you.
Thank you, Doris. I'm Hetzer, as said, from the Iron 9. I'm leader of Iron 9 and was today platoon lead in this match.
Appreciate it, guys. I got your audio dialed in. Thank you, thank you. Congratulations on the game. First win of this matchup. Are you pleased with tonight's results?
Yeah, from my side, we're very pleased. Okay, we lost the first objective. This wasn't planned. But anyways, we showed great performance today.
Yeah. What about you, Dorius? From your perspective, are you happy with tonight?
Definitely, I saw a great play. Looking from where we came from the beginning of the tournament till now, you see a good steady line going upwards. Great team we are now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, let's talk about the game tonight then. Going into this match, you were on the defense. Can you walk us through the strategy you had planned for tonight?
Sure. We started with a shield to the
Dutch
expected
shield.
first push from the north. Maybe it was seen in the stream. Three infantry sections immediately started to push northwards and to try to block anything what comes from there. They then quickly reassembled and moved to the west and east. So we had like a flexible circle around the objective with the orders to each different squad to play slightly aggressive, pushing out meter by meter. While our tanks surely was on the way, we decided to don't pick up the heavy tanks in the beginning.
Yeah.
From the reason that we needed them fast as possible at the front line. But I think Doros can say afterwards more to that. He was tank commander. And yeah, great performance from the tankers today at this point. And yeah, the tanks reached then the first objective, heavy fighting roomed around the objective. Rusty 40 managed to achieve a few breakthroughs, even to cap it in the end. So great gameplay also from them. We had a hard time to move around, and yes, all to that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Doris, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, the tactic went great. Of course, enemies find holes and eventually lose the points, but the play was great.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You mentioned you didn't plan to lose the first cap. So when you did lose that first cap, what was the plan going forward from there? Dab?
We surely were prepared for that case. Yeah, we fought back, and we had predetermined positions for squads. And when that kind of situation happens, it's much like every plan you have is deleted, and you need to build up something new, maybe on the basis you have already. So we roomed or switched around squads positions like they were planned. Everything happens within minutes. So when we lost the first objective, we got 2 or 3, or I say 5 minutes, kind of an situation where everybody needs to gather himself. Every squad needs to reposition itself. And when that happened, we established again a great circle around the objective. We had one dedicated squad which we were moving around the north and searching for MSPs or regroup calls. And what surprised me the much is what our logistic today did a damage to the enemy. They found a lot of MSPs. My logistic leader told me he was running behind a logistic truck or an MSP, and it was great today. Even if we lost the first objective, we showed our potential in the second one.
You really did. You really did. So something when it came to your strategy, we saw you hold only a couple of guys on the cap itself, and you, like you said, you create a perimeter around the first cap. Is there a maximum distance you will go from the cap, or is it just whatever your infantry leaders think is necessary?
We play with Auftragstaktik in German, so the squad leaders can decide by themselves what is the best in each situation. I give them the direction, they decide how to approach it. This is all kind of gameplay. Of course, at some point I call them and say, okay, that's enough, push a bit back or fall a bit back, and but they can mainly decide themselves what is best.
Is that similar to the tanks as well? Because I noticed you guys, you have very, compared to other clans we've seen, your tanks are very mobile. They don't seem to stand still for very long. Is it similar for your tanks? My God.
Well, the way we planned to play was we didn't plan on where to put the tanks. It was more like the enemies are coming from that direction. So the tanks moved up there with the infantry, and when the attack came from a different direction, the original squad from, for example, west stayed west, but the tank could immediately move east. It was not a static position.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you only use 2 tank crews. I'm right, aren't you? You used initially you had the 222, and then you had the P4. You only used 2, right? 2 tank crews.
Yeah, that's correct. First, we wanted to have fast tanks on the first cap. Because if you are not fast there, the enemies can really do good damage with their Churchills, etc. if you have no punching power there.
So we see a difference of tanks used throughout this tournament. Some go with 3, some go with 2. Why did you guys tonight decide to only have 2 tanks out instead of utilizing 3?
The big problem in that is if you use 3 tanks, then 1 tank cannot communicate within the command channel, or they have to relay. And that is really hard if you have already tank versus tank combat or other combat. That's why I asked in the last stream with you and Snazzy why they ended at 3rd armored section.
Ah, okay, yeah, I understand fully, speaking of your Logi tonight then, I didn't catch your Logi very much. I saw a repair crane built later on, and I think an AT gun. What was your logistics plan going into this match?
The logistics were basically our suppliers today. They managed to keep the front line reinforced with MSPs. They placed mines, they placed repair cranes, as you said, and they did it really well today.
Fair enough. One more thing I want to say about your strategy used tonight. A lot of the times we saw the Rusty 40, they'll knock out your squad rally, but almost immediately you would have that squad rally up in a different location. Often it'll be flanking behind the infantry that was pushing forward on the attack. Is that something you train and plan? Do you always have like someone ready to place down that MSP that rally immediately? Like, it's just every time they knock down a rally and then boom, it's up again somewhere else.
Yeah, this is our infantry gameplay, right? This is what we train 2 times a week regularly, and this is for what we. It's nice that it worked out so well because it proves our trainings. Cool, good to hear.
Yeah, fair enough then. Moving on then, this is the 2nd time in the tournament you're playing against Rusty 40, so you know kind of the strengths of this team. What is it about Rusty 40 that you most fear from them? What is the strength of their team?
Their strength are surely in the combined armed gameplay. They're really good when it comes to infantry and tank gameplay together. As we saw on the first objective, they gave us really hard times with their tanks.
Thanks for the donation, my guy. And, I only just saw that.
We
I'll get back
lost
to that soon,
the point exactly of that.
And Sir Rex, thank you for sub. I'll mention that later, man.
We know that, and we did the best against it.
Fair enough. Dorius, you were in the tanks tonight. How do you feel about going up against Rusty 40 as a tanker?
Well, I didn't start originally as a tanker. I was more because I found out that our tanker was really good in tank versus tank combat, but sometimes forgot the infantry support aspect. So I became tank commander, so he could relay. So I could tell him more where it was needed. And yeah, he killed sort of 5 tanks or something like that. So yeah, in his opinion, we were better.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that. Based on your team's performance then tonight, is there anything you said you didn't plan on losing the first cap? Why do you think you lost the first cap? Is there anything going into the next match that you want to improve on or maybe take to training? I need to sneeze.
We didn't plan to lose the first cap. That's right.
Oh, Dane, I see you. How you doing?
But it happens. So Rusty 40 is a good team. Nobody should underestimate them. At this point, Rip and Russ and 42 are teams which are basically from the beginning on in the tournament or in the whole community. So we should in the next time watch out for their breakthroughs. They were really successful. They instantly established a point with 3 or 4 people in the building, and from
Mid
that
draft
point on,
work?
they
Aw.
could
do you
advance.
do, Dane?
So maybe we should be a little bit more flexible than today. So flexible as much as possible to react to things like that.
Fair. Doris, do you have anything to add to that from your side?
I had to point it all out.
Fair enough. Well, then from your side, I could say a few names kept popping up tonight that I would say did a good performance from your team tonight. Is there anyone from your team yourselves that you would say went above and beyond that you would push forward as an MVP? Chat, get ready with your questions.
Well,
I need your
we
questions.
have one guy who disconnected. He was a squad leader, and somebody else who has never had squad lead before took it over immediately. That was the random guy. And I think if you can do that, that you're a pretty good player for the team. If you can take up such an important role without hesitation or complaining.
Yeah, he did a great job. Give it to random guy.
Oh, that's his. I thought you like literally saying it's a random guy we never know, but it was the random guy with the SG-44. That was him.
Yes. Oh, Doris. Yeah. He was it. Yes.
A random guy.
Oh, fair enough. I thought you were just saying there was some random guy who joined and he did it.
Yeah, shoutouts to him. He instantly took over the squad lead role in times
guy.
of where we lost the first objective. So great job from him.
Fair enough. Well, that's really gone through my questions tonight. I'm trying to be quick because I know you guys have to get off. So is there anything you want to say while I see if there's any questions from chat? Chat! Any questions?
Great match by Rusty 40. I had a lot of fun, and my guys as well.
Any questions from you, chat?
Same goes for me. Thanks for playing. Thanks for streaming. A pleasure always to watch it afterwards again. And thanks for having us, and see you next match.
Fair. Thank you for letting me cast. I don't see any questions from chat. I think we covered most stuff. So I know you guys have got a rush, so I'll let you get off. Thank you for doing the interview, and obviously, good luck next week.
Thank
See
you
you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, guys. Can you just introduce yourselves one by one so I can do your audio, please?
Epic, you go first.
Yeah, it's Dylan Epic.
Dylan Epic.
I'm the second in command for Rusty 40, and as well as the tank commander.
Perfect, thank you. And Miller?
My name is JT Infantry. I am platoon leader for
TJ Mill.
RIP, and I was the commander for tonight's match.
Right, thank you guys. I got you dialed in. So it was a tough match for you tonight. You did incredibly well taking that cap. You was against probably one of the strongest teams. But from you guys, how do you feel about tonight's results?
I think you can go first.
Well, the match went great from a tactical standpoint. R9 are very good. Well, definitely R9. They They smashed us in the infantry. We were expecting heavy infantry push again. We prepared, like they said before in the interview. We tried to counter with combined arms most of the time. I think we did fairly well, especially on the first cap. We broke through a couple of times. Well, that was according to plan most of the time. The only thing what we didn't expect such a heavy anti-tank resistance against our armor.
Yeah, and not only that, they were very good at finding our Logi trucks and preventing Logi from getting fobs up, and then taking down the fobs when they would go up. So whoever they had, that AT or Saboteur, they were doing really well.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, going into it a bit deeper then, can you go over the strategy that you had employed tonight?
I mean, yes, but so the strategy was there was going to be kind of a slightly western push with armor in the north supporting the western push. We had 2 trucks loaded with infantry squads going east. The idea was they would swing around east and then fly west into the first cap and unload and get into that barn as quick as possible. Unfortunately, the western attack wasn't going ahead before the eastern trucks hit, which means that we got caught, or one of the trucks got caught before they could get there, and then when the other truck did smash in, they'd already barbed wired the entrance, so well done to them, to be honest. I think it was Jonah, his guys couldn't get in, and they were popped. So that eastern push didn't work. After that, we'd already had an MSP placed southeast and an MSP placed southwest. Both served as spawn beakers, so we can get infantry up there, trying to come in from the woods from the southwest and trying to make it through the buildings to the southeast and east. That didn't. It worked kind of, and we made some breakthroughs. We did neutralize the cap once, but we couldn't quite take it. Onto the next stage, because we had a plan B, was to switch it up and have infantry squads coming in from the north. We did build a fob to try and get a rush on them, perhaps, because the idea usually is to contend a front and then just suddenly switch to another front. That's why you see mass spawning of RIP, and 40-1 will just go see if we can do it. 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work, but you've only got to get it right once. So we gave that a go. That didn't work. The fob went down, built by Iro, unlucky Iro. Mammal squad made a breakthrough in the southwest again, supported by armor. And then I gave the call out. It was 15 minutes to go to do a risky MSP. Well, Dylan, number 2, agreed. We did a risky MSP on the north, and we managed to overrun the cap and just clinch it. Obviously, the vital thing was getting myself on there, which when it went neutral, I was revived, and it basically capped within 10 seconds of me being up. So getting the commander on the cap is absolutely vital.
Yeah, yeah. Very well explained then. Yeah, everything you said, how it went down. Several times you broke through on cap. I think within the first 15 minutes, like you said, you got it neutralized, you make a push through. But then you, again, somehow King German Legion managed to regroup, push you back out. It was kind of like yo-yoing back and forth until that big push at the end came. And that push at the beginning with Jonah, I was like wondering, where's that half strike going? There's 3 dudes and they're just rushing straight into the cap. But it almost worked for them. They cleared out the warehouse. They actually killed everyone inside, but then they got flanked by a couple of KG. So it went
Very
yeah, very unlucky for them getting spotted. But yeah, you described it very well. What do you think, or how do you think King German Legion just kept getting back there? Like, how did it keep happening?
I can tell you they managed to hold on to the cap for the first time is because they drove armor straight onto the point. So when we neutralized it in the first 15 minutes, they drove a tank right on point, and that is excellent play for them. I hadn't had any artillery left. I'm out of position because I'm trying to get on that cap. I haven't got a radio man with me, so there's no artillery or mosquitoes that's going to come down on that tank. So they managed to push it off. Plus they have a roaming. We heard it. We know how they play, so they have a roaming squad going around the cap that's going to hunt down pushes from whichever side. So when we break through, we've got to break through and do it en masse. So that tank again like repelled us. We did then manage to kind of regroup. I did get that tank, by the way, with 4 rounds of artillery.
You did, yeah.
Because he took me out, he shot me right in the face, and I thought, oh, I'm not having that. So that's why they held that first cap for so long. They drove the armor on point when they needed to and at the correct time.
Fair said. And you guys went with the strategy of 3 tanks tonight. I imagine just for sheer volume of fire, superior fire, just trying to put them down. But I've got to say that if I was playing tanks tonight against the King's German Legion, I probably would have rage quit halfway through with the amount of tanks they were killing. How upset were the tankers at the end of this game or throughout the game from your side?
I'll just very quickly speak for Dylan and I'll let them speak. I think they were a bit unlucky with the deck they were given. The call came out pretty early on that we have a rubbish deck. The issue for them was obviously the roaming AT guys, so they struggled on that respect. But I'm going to let Dylan speak first-hand experience because he came out of that in the debrief not the most happy.
Yeah, like you said before, it all starts when you press F to pay respects to check the deck, and well, it was shit. Nothing else to say about that. We had a heavy 6, a medium 4, and a recon 1. Well, I'm not gonna drive recons all over the point, so yeah. We had a lot of bad luck with the ladder matches and bad tank decks. We mostly made it work, but this time we were outmatched. A very good AT offense and a very bad shit deck, so we lost on that end.
Yeah, that is just the way the tournament goes at the moment, I'm afraid, with just the random RNG. I've been there, I know the pain of it. Also, from your guys, the AT and your guys, so many times, Rocker especially, he was like a sliver away of killing a King Tiger or a P4. How does he feel after the game as well?
As far as I know, our AT infantry are very well. They're all mostly the same guys every time. They're so good, and we didn't get any calls out for friendly vehicles getting killed, and we saw them running away and pointing towards certain empty fields, so we know they were just jumping at a chance to get for some of those kills. But if you don't get kills, you don't get kills. Yeah, most likely bad luck most of the time. I heard in the interview before, not static positioning. But yeah, in short end they won. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 222 especially, it got hit with about 5 gammon bombs. You could breathe on it and it would die. It just got hit, went away, repaired, came back, repaired, came back, repaired. That 222, seriously, it was like a cat with 9 lives. So
I was watching the 222 drive around, and it was a right pain.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate Rocker and the AT guys couldn't quite do it today. But you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're just lucky and you can take out loads of tanks. And then other times you get that one hit and so either there's enemy infantry near it and they just pop him. It was like the friendly in the last match where he just ran through a whole load of 6GA and the commander just happened to be stood next to that King Tiger.
Yeah, I remember that.
Took him out.
Well, very unfortunate. Well, you did get the cap tonight. You got the first cap, which is arguably one of the hardest caps to take in all Chapter 1 maps. After you took the cap, what was the strategy going forward there?
Right, okay, so this is where their disruption of the Logitrucks was really well done, because there should have been fobs already set up for that cap. They couldn't be set up because the Logitrucks were being... they didn't destroy them, which, again, fair play.
So
they kind of camped them and kept killing the Logi every time they take it. So
if you got any questions,
hats
chat,
off, you know, to whoever
Awesome.
gave the call out to do that, or the guy making the on-ground decision. You basically prevented us from building fobs for that next cap, because the idea was obviously we're going to lose infantry trying to take that cap. Those guys, the call already goes out, hold your spawn. But there was nothing to spawn on. We didn't have an MSP down there, purely because it was crunch time. 15 minutes to go. If we're not going to get this cap, then we have to make sure that in the next match we hold that cap no matter what.
Sergeant.
Now we can lose that cap, and still fight for that second cap with a chance of still taking that third place. So in all honesty, it was difficult, but we did it.
That's fair. One thing I want to talk about your strategy before I move on to the next questions is your logistics tonight. You mentioned they were trying to get FOBs up. We saw an AT gun built at the beginning. So can you just describe what your logi were doing tonight? Because I think you have 2 trucks on this map. I actually can't remember.
I think we do start with 2 trucks. Dylan did the what tactic for that, so he can answer for that one. I'm not sure if that was an actual strategy we went with for it, or whether that was just something that was decided on the ground.
Yeah, not in, it was in the strategy at first. Mostly distraction and relocation of spawn points. Logi weren't really big on tonight. We tried to vary around certain tactics on that one. Logistics is a supporting company, so if the plan arises more Logi, we field more Logi. We field mortars when needed. But this match wasn't it. We needed more infantry, more pushing power against a fairly good infantry team. So the call just didn't arise for more Logi.
Yeah, it was. If I'm watching the map constantly and I'm just watching blue dots hit, well, I can't see the red dots, but I know they're hitting enemy infantry and they're just dying. And thinking, right, that avenue's not working. We need to exploit another avenue. So from my angle, it was very difficult. And then having logistics come over the radio saying, "Oh, we've just been taken out again." It's like, no, not again. And then you're thinking, "Oh, Logi truck 10 tickets," but I didn't know how many tickets the enemy had, and you know, we kind of thought it was going to be a bit closer. But then, to be honest with you, we didn't think we'd get the first cap.
Oh. Okay.
Especially when it was only 15 minutes to go, so that's why we went crunch time. We always make a plan for the second cap anyway, but again, like I said, once it hit 15 minutes, we thought, oh, we might struggle to get this here, but we rallied and took it.
You did. It was that risky MSP you did at the end. You just hit it in that ditch.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realized, but you literally moped one of that AT guys. He was within meters of blowing up that MSP, but I don't know who saved it and sniped, so your push could carry on. So
that's very lucky. Again, this game is filled with luck.
Yeah, you got quite lucky at the end with that MSP. It was so close to going down. Moving away from the strategy then, and talking about the team, you know what IR9 is like and the WFT guys. Coming into this, how do you plan against their strengths, and what do you think their strongest strengths are? Strongest strengths?
I think they don't agree with me. Their strongest strengths is clearly the infantry, and because obviously RIP doesn't really practice like twice a week, maybe in a tournament kind of set play. Like the practice we get is on public servers, so without bigging us up, there we would tend to do really well in a RIP organized squad against public players. But a RIP organized squad going up against an IR9 squad or a KGL squad who train and practice quite a lot as a unit and as a clan, it becomes quite difficult to go against them. We played against IR9 in a friendly.
There he is. There's Mope. There he goes.
And we really struggled. And it was our first event as a full RIP side. Fully One have a slight. Well, they don't. They have. I would go out on a whim and say they have superior infantry to RIP, or have much more drilled guys, as they obviously practice as a clan, and they select like the best ones to go into the squads. So that's why in the previous streams you've probably seen Fully One as the harassing squad, and then RIP as like the main force bulk going in, maybe frontal charge. You could say, well, as you know, it's lot squad. In the Army Group Abda game, were the one harassing squad because they're just so elite that they can just take on multiple squads at once. Bigging them up here and bigging them up for the stream.
Fair. Moving on from that then, onto your team tonight. Is there anything you're taking away from tonight that you're going to practice on in the future? Maybe change strategies. You don't have to say what for next week.
We're just going to leave the cap empty and let them cap it, you know, put the white flag up. So IR9, nothing to worry about, just charge down to point.
Fair.
Didn't anything you want to add?
No, I just want to add, just put Itzlos in the middle of the barn and let him sort them out.
To be honest, yeah, that's all we need. Just put Islots on the front line. We got nothing to fear. We know what they can do.
Chat, put your questions
now.
now.
At the end of the day, it's, you know, you better take that first cap. you better throw everything at it.
Fair. From your side, then, is there anyone you would nominate for MVP from this game?
Well, we talked about just when that question aroused in the previous interview, and me and JT questioned each other who we would nominate, and there's not, I think, one guy we nominated. I think we nominate just 2 squads, and that would be It's Lost squad and Timmy's squad. Not only for their very good experience, but yeah, they were the squads that definitely made this plan work, and that was harassing and cutting off reinforcements. That's the part of the plan that worked splendid and gave us all the good opportunities for the breakthroughs.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan there.
Fair enough. I'll see if there's any questions from chat then. While I wait for them to type any questions out, is there anything you want to add at the end here? At the end here? Voice crack again.
GG to KGL. Very good, well defended. We expected a good round, and we got it. Even if we do lose the next one, we're very proud of our guys coming this far. If we go through the third, all the better. But we enjoyed this tournament, especially the new partnership together with Rip.
Yeah, I have to concur with Dylan. I mean, I think both clans have come a long way from the beginning. In fact, Yazoo, you took part of the first 2 matches when you were part of RIP, and you saw how difficult it was against 6GA. And we on the second match, I remember
they cheated though. They cheated.
Yeah, I remember on that match. I remember us all thinking, "Oh, is this going to be bad?" Because even though we won that second match, we struggled to continue on, and then we had a couple more matches, and we weren't winning. Both matches overall, we weren't getting those points, and then it all changed to the Army Group Adler. We kind of changed things at the top. Zod had done very well. He does practically everything for the RIP clan, and they threw me up into commander to maybe perhaps change things. And the clan was presented with their first ever PowerPoint. Yes, we do PowerPoints on our side.
I love the PowerPoint.
Okay, boomer. Okay.
we do the PowerPoints if I'm commanding, and then if Waffle's commanding, we don't bother with the PowerPoints. But the whole thing at the top, we've reorganized. We've done really well to beat Army Group Adler, who were top of the group, and I would arguably say, no offense to IR9 or the KGL, are a better team than them. When we fought those matches, they are better. They were top.
Wow,
I mean, it smashed KGL twice anyway, and we managed to beat them. But yes, again, going back to Dylan, I agree. If we could grab third place, we'll be really happy. If we don't, we've performed so well to get here anyway, and we've enjoyed it. We can't wait for season 3. And for IR9 on the match tonight and KGL, thank you. That was a really tough fight. We got the jitters, and you guys were really good.
Fair enough. There's no questions from chat. I think pretty much everything got answered through the questions. So all I can say is good luck next week. Thank you for joining me. It's not over yet. You can still have a chance of getting that third place. So yeah, best of luck, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you all. See ya.
Bye. All right, poll. 5-minute poll is up now. Get voting. Vote for who you think should earn the MVP from tonight. I took the nominations you all gave me. I also threw one in there for Mope. Mope is my personal MVP nomination because I thought he did really good on the tank hunting tonight. He took out 3 tanks on his own, and he pushed a lot of tanks back. So my nomination would be for Mope03 from the King German Legion tonight. Get voting. You got a 5-minute poll. Go now. A little plug now to the YouTube boys. YouTube highlight boys. Why aren't you here in chat? Look at all these people talking. Make me dab, make me drink and all this stuff. You're missing out. Make sure you drop by the Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Yazoo. You're missing out on 90% of the content by not being here. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got any suggestions for questions in the future that you'd like me to ask players at the end of the interview. Posture check. Okay, I'll do a posture. There you go. I can't get any postured. I've even got my Twitch jacket on. I'm looking professional. So yeah, YouTube highlight boys. Get on it. Appreciate you watching the video though. Thank you. Back to Twitch now. Dane, how you doing? Thank you for the follows that came in through the interview as well. And all the dabs. Thank you for all the dabs. I need to make it so you can see redeems in chat. I don't know if that's possible yet. I don't think Twitch has done that yet, so you can see all the redeems coming on the screen as well. So it just looks weird in the video when I'm randomly just going like this for no reason. It looks weird because YouTube boys can't see it. Sergeant, the Vortex Warsaw for MVP. So I can only do 5. I can only do 5 people in the poll. So is nakedness allowed on Twitch? No, that is TOS. You are not allowed to be naked on Twitch. You will get banned. Do not be naked. Do try to do 2 things at once for us. I can't. I'm a man. There's only one thing I can do. There's only one action. One action? What do you call it? There's only one event I can do 2 things at once, and every man can do that. You click with your right hand, and this one is busy doing something else. You know, it's you use your right hand to click while your other hand is polishing your monitor screen, getting rid of like smudges and stuff. You know. So not even a little nipple. No, it's TOS. I would, but it's TOS. Even man nipples. If I just randomly took my shirt off, that's TOS. Unless I was at a swimming pool, in which case it's fine. You know, because Twitch is stupid as fuck. I hate Twitch. I really do not like Twitch. If any other streaming platform was halfway as good as the Twitch with its features, I would instantly move. Hopefully YouTube finally starts, you know, putting money into Twitch in so we can move to YouTube. Where is the English flag? What, in my room? I have an English flag. It's folded up somewhere. I also have a French flag now. He's not eating the chili chat. I ate them yesterday. I'm gonna put the YouTube video up. Hopefully this week sometime. I have to edit it down, make it good, make it a good video. I seriously, Dane, come on, give it a try. You never know. You never know. You might like them. Honestly, I think I would rather die than eat more of these. You would have to pay me a lot of money to eat another one. He's not English anymore. True. I have started to learn French. Bonjour, bonjour, monsieur. Ça va? Oui, oui, oui. I am learning French. Je m'appelle Ryan. J'habite à Paris. I like a baguette and croissant and blue cheese and wine. I'm learning French. I mean, they're the best clan. They came first place. It's time to migrate or immigrate. What is it called? Have I tried Storms? What the fuck is that? There's like 30 seconds left in the poll. Go vote. Go vote if you haven't voted. I haven't. I would like to try it one day. I know what it is. It's that Norwegian fish. Or Swedish, sorry. That Swedish rotten fish where you have to open it underwater. I would like to try it one day. I would like to try it one day. Not in my house, because I don't want my house to smell like fish for 10 years. But I would like to try it one day. 10 seconds left. Go vote. And another one. Also, I have 160k plus. And another one that's 1.2 million. I haven't tried that one. These chilies on the Scoville scale range from 1.7 to 2.2 million. I think it's quoted as the hottest chili in the world. Whoosh. Scuff vote. Let's have a look. Vote is over. Congratulations, the random guy from King's German Legion. 43% of the votes. It's the individual who took over squad leading because the other squad leader disconnected, so he took over. He was nominated by his team. That random guy, congratulations. You are the MVP from this match. Second place, Wartal from King's German Legion, 35%. It's Low's squad, 17%. Mope, 4%. And Tim, his squad, 0%. Sorry, Tim. That's a look next time. Thank you for everyone who voted. To the YouTube boys again, you know, YouTube boys again. Remember, come by, drop by the Twitch. You're missing out. You know, remember to like, subscribe, all that stuff. But yeah, YouTube boys, I'll see you next time. 28th is the next match. Match 2. Be there. Watch it.